Subaru messed with a good thing, and that's no bad thing. For this year, the ever-popular 2023 Subaru Outback gains updated styling and fresh features. Consider these as bonuses on an already appealing crossover because the Outback's core competencies haven't changed. It remains packed with value and versatility. Regrettably, however, those changes did not extend to what's under the hood. The Outback's old powertrains carry over, and as our testing indicates, its entry-level engine fails Subaru's Constellation badge with less than stellar performance. Even so, living with the Outback in upscale touring trim reminded us why it's so popular and indeed deserves to be. Slowness be damned. Part of what makes the Outback great is it isn't quite an SUV. As ever, it's more of a wagon with a lift kit. Perhaps in an attempt to woo buyers who prefer proper SUV's burly looks, Subaru enlarged the latest Outback's grille and added wilderness-esque wheel arch cladding. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto gain wireless connectivity on the 11.6-inch infotainment touchscreen. Wider-angle cameras expand the EyeSight Active Safety Suite's field of vision, while an electric brake booster and software adjustments aim for more natural-feeling driver assist operation. The Outback Touring tested here gets two new trim-specific features. One is an additional front-facing camera intended to improve pedestrian and cyclist detection for automatic emergency braking. We didn't attempt to assess its efficacy because, obviously, the other is a digital rearview mirror. We spent plenty of time looking at this gizmo and have some thoughts on it. We'll get to those in a bit. But first, some numbers. Flat-4 engines are a Subaru signature. Here it's a 2.5-liter unit that makes 182 horsepower and 176 lb-ft. That's sent through a CVT automatic to the automaker's famous all-wheel drive system. If we're generous, we'll say this setup gets the job done. It's just not very quick, nor does it feel great. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour takes 8.6 seconds. And the quarter mile arrives in 16.7 seconds at 83.9 miles per hour. Eager, somewhat jumpy throttle tip-in might suggest this engine has some pep, but it toils to reach highway speeds, so remain ready to floor it. We'll highlight the sluggish 4.6-second 45 to 65 miles per hour result as evidence. All along, the CVT slings revs around seemingly on its own whim, and at a standstill, the engine's inescapable vibrations are irksome. This is fine. It's just fine. Getting around at a reasonable pace isn't an issue. It's just not very exciting, and Subaru knows it, too, considering it offers the Outback XT with a more powerful, turbocharged engine, which accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds and from 45 to 65 in 2.8 seconds. Fuel economy for the Outback Touring's 2.5-liter engine rates at 2632 mpg city/highway, which, although not bad, can't match a hybrid setup, a powertrain type largely unavailable across Subaru's entire lineup. The brakes need 125 feet to stop the Outback from 60 miles per hour, another result that's acceptable for a mid-size crossover. Yet it's the shortest distance we've measured from this generation of Outback, if only by 2 feet, and no more than 7, so perhaps the new e-brake booster added for 2023 helps. Regardless, the pedal offers good progression through its stroke, making it easy to apply the right amount of stopping power for the situation. Given its tepid acceleration and braking, the Outback likewise didn't excel in our figure 8 test, which combines those dynamics with cornering. It posted a 27.8-second lap with a 0.59 G average, the former figure surprisingly tying an Outback XT, but the latter the lowest we've seen in the current Outback. Around the skid pad, it held on to 0.79 G average, again a decent result for the segment. In everyday driving, though, the Outback's all-wheel drive shines. Unlike other systems that engage the rear wheels only when the fronts need assistance, Subaru sends torque to all wheels permanently, giving a balanced and predictable handling feel. Our road evaluations occurred under the recent deluges of California's atmospheric river, but the Outback traversed Los Angeles's pavement as if it were July dry. Traction is excellent. No wonder these things are so popular in locales that get real weather. But we see plenty of Outbacks here in sunny SoCal, too, and living with this one reminded us why it's a solid choice, and why wagons rule. It swallows cargo like a spacious SUV yet drives with the ease of a car. Both rows offer plenty of space, and the cushy driver's seat has lots of adjustability. We've long praised the Outback's near-luxury ride quality, and its ability to smooth out chattery pavement continues to impress. It's quiet inside, too, aside from the groaning engine. Considered broadly, the Outback is eminently viable as a do-it-all daily driver. Yet there's room for improvement. Subaru's infotainment interface is used to replace a few too many physical buttons. Adjusting the fan speed would be easier if that control weren't integrated into the touchscreen. It's odd the touring trim includes a CD player, but a wireless charging pad isn't available on any Outback. Get with the times. Furthermore, footage from the Outback's reversing camera is of laughably low quality and housed under a view-distorting fisheye lens. That backup feed contrasts with the one provided by the touring trim's new digital rearview mirror. It offers a very high-resolution view, effectively broadens visibility of what's behind, and suffers from no discernible latency. Thing is, it's already easy to see what's following the Outback thanks to the expansive rear window. We kept flipping between the standard and digital mirror and couldn't decide which was better. The blind spot monitoring system included on most Outback models further assists in alerting a driver as to what's around the vehicle. We applaud Subaru for including aids like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist on every Outback, but perhaps the company could recalibrate the automatic braking included with higher-end trims like Touring. This author has reversed countless cars into his driveway, and the apron leading into it hasn't activated such a system in a single one except for this Outback. Apparently, its sensors were angled perfectly to interpret that driveway slope as a hazard. Subaru offers several Outback trims at a roughly $40,000 price point, including the Touring. The Onyx Edition XT provides fewer features but has more power. Then there's the high-riding Wilderness that brings rugged capability. Given the Touring's performance, we might forego its ventilated front seats and digital mirror in favor of power and torque, as delivered by its turbocharged counterparts. Regardless, the Outback Touring's appeal comes not from its instrumented performance, but how well it meets the needs of such a wide range of drivers.